Olivia likes my channel. Olivia is mad because I've stepped on her toes. I've probably said one too many things that probably hit a little bit too close to home. And she wants me to back the fuck up and probably mind my own business. And I'm over here um, up in her shit. You know what I mean? She doesn't like it. I'm not even offended, to be quite honest. It's like, okay. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, people get the maddest at the people who are probably hitting on a nerve. And if I'm hitting on a nerve, that means I'm getting something right, right? I hope you get to the point, but it's always rough at first. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She should have thought about that before coming on here and disgrace. Okay, Letta. Okay. Yes, 100 on that, right? I agree. Like, and I'm talking about like a year and a half ago, right? And that's, yeah, and that's on God, okay? Because you guys know me, and for whatever you don't know about me, and whatever you guys do know, you guys know that I'm very serious about my marriage and my relationship. I share certain aspects of it because I want to be, I don't want to sound corny, but I want to be somewhat of a minister in terms of really promoting something that a lot of people knock down. Marriage is important. Marriage is a blessing, it's a sacrament, and it's a gift from God. And I'm straight up on that. Okay. And that is something I wholeheartedly believe in. And it is a ministry. It is something where not necessarily that you are sacrificing yourself, but your greater good is dependent on unconditional love and providing that on a continuum to one person through fidelity, through commitment, through through everything, through yourself. But you have to be like a really whole, strong person to be able to do all of those things. And everybody doesn't always have all of those skills when they get married, but you develop them, especially if you're in a really good marriage, like how some people say, oh yeah, our marriage became like stronger and better and this and that. And hopefully that's for everybody. But some people do come in with the maturity to be able to kind of carry that through. Some people don't. That's why there's lots of cheating. There's lots of marriages that break up. There's lots of mistrust and things like that because they break their bond. But you never have to worry about breaking your bond if you don't break the bond, number one. And you almost have to feel like that the bond is just because once it's broken, period. I mean, yes, you can heal, you can forgive, you can do whatever, all those things. And I don't have experience on that part of it, and I don't hope to ever have to dig that deep. But it's a lot. And if the love is not there, the magnitude of love, of unconditional love, it's time to separate. It's time to go. These two shouldn't be together. Like, Erica, it's hard, but it's easy. It's easy when you love the person, right? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, what's hard for me sometimes is mustering up the strength to like, oh, let me get out of bed. You guys see what I do for my husband every day for lunch, right? Not that that's a huge deal, but you know what I'm saying? Some people won't make their man or wife coffee or lunch, right? Yeah, I mean, Erica, this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some things that are harder to do. Like, me loving my husband is the easiest thing I have to do in a day. Me loving my daughter is the easiest thing I have to do in a day. Me controlling my temper sometimes, of course, that's like, girl, get yourself together. It's not that serious because someone didn't wash a cup. Calm down, because I'm mad because I'm not mommy the maid, right? However, I have to remember that they didn't do it because they don't love me. They do it because they know mommy's got it. And, but I have to also let them know it gets on my nerves. So you guys, can you please stop? And because they love me, they're going to not do it. Like the other day, Farah did something, and the win for me, not the win that I had to win, but the mom moment or the achievement in my heart was when she said, my bad, mom. I didn't mean to do that. I forgot what it was. She did something or forgot to do something rather, and said, my bad, mom. I didn't mean to, because she knows. I mean, I've been like pick up your clothes off the bathroom floor. My bad, mom. Like it went from huffing and puffing to, I didn't leave anything. Yes, you did. There it is. To just probably her knowing like, oh man, I left them on the floor. She's working on it. And she's working on it because she loves me and she knows it bothers me. And also, like I told her, I want you to be ready because one day you're going to have your own home and you need to be able to pick up your own home. I don't want you living out here thinking that it's okay to have a untidy, unkept space. Also, it's the bathroom that's for company too. So I need for you to keep it clean and I need you to have respect for your home. So I'm teaching her and that's it. You know what I mean? Like it's because of love that I'm making her do it. Yeah, I could go pick it up, but because I love her and I want her to be ready for the world, I don't want to spoil her with an unrealistic expectation unless you're making it like that and you got a maid coming through. You know what I'm saying? Uh let's see. Yeah, hey Queen Mika, welcome back, welcome back. But yeah, guys, you know, marriage. I don't want to make it like it's hard. I feel like it's easy if it's good and you have the right partner, right? You guys are like holding hands and it's to the end. Um, because every day, like when people are like, oh my God, I can't think of not being on a date in 20 years. Well, you know what? All we have is today and we wake up and there's tomorrow. But you know what tomorrow is? Today. It like people who are so worried about not having a date and not getting sausage, yeah, you might not need to be married. If that's your first thought when you're thinking about marriage, go back on another date. Forget about it. Forget about it. It's not for you. You're not ready yet. Because that's not the most important thing. It is important, but if you're with the right person, it's fine. It's going to be good. You can have as much as you want. You roll over, go to a closet, go upstairs, go wherever, all the time, 24/7. It's all around. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about going and getting your car at 2 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to. It's there, right? And it's safe. And you have respect for each other. And you're not even thinking. Honestly, of course, there's good-looking men in this world, right? But I just naturally find myself. I don't even like look in someone's direction like that. I guess if I did see somebody, it's never even that type of a thought, right? If I feel like someone is looking at me weird, I'm probably have the worst gas face on or screw face. Like, sir, it was funny. We went to Lowe's, or I went to Lowe's with Farah. I was getting out the car and I heard some guy saying, hey, pretty lady, hey, pretty lady. And I literally was like, Farah, shut the door. Come on, let's go. Get your mask. I was totally ignoring, but I could hear someone talking. I hadn't even tuned into it. Hey, pretty lady, hey, pretty lady. I was just like, can I help you? Like, what? And, you know, I have glasses on, but I can see if I'm not reading. I looked and it was one of my husband's friends and he was playing with me. And he was like, hey, how are you? And he and his wife live like on the other side of town from us. And he was like, oh, okay. He said, you don't even pay attention to somebody talking mess to you. And I was just like, I didn't even hear you at first. And it was funny. But that's just, yeah, yes. Because I have respect for me. I have respect for my husband. I have respect for my child. It wasn't even that I was ignoring. I just automatically was tuned out. Okay. I'm not even tuned into the outer voices until I really was kind of forced to tune in. And then I was just like, can I help you? Like, why are you talking to me like that? And then when I realized who it was, I was like, oh, hey, you know? So wait, Fran, what is the difference between a legal separation and divorce? A legal separation is we are separating household. We are in the process of a divorce. Some states, I guess, require you. Let's look up the definition because I'm not an attorney and I've never been separated. Let's look it up. Well, definition of legal separation in Texas, okay? Legal separation is like divorce in that you or the judge will decide the same divorce related issues, but in the end, you and your spouse are still legally married despite physically living apart. Any spouse that wishes to remarry later must first ask the court to convert the separation into a formal divorce. So I guess legally separated, um, use your own credit, sign your own lease, all of those things. Because if you're married, technically, you could go to like an apartment complex and say, well, my wife lives here and I'm her legal husband. And even though maybe you're not on the lease, I'm not sure of the exact parameters, so forgive me if I'm wrong. Hi, Mrs. Simmons. Um, Maybe you could still have access to the property. I don't know. You know what I mean? If someone says I'm legally separated, you have no rights here, because when you are married, you have rights. Okay. And maybe also if someone were to get into a car accident, you can't show up to the hospital and say yay or nay to whatever interventions are happening. It's going to be left up to the next adult legal kin, right? Um, which he's got children, but they're not of age. So maybe it would revert to the mother. I don't know. But legal separation would protect you as an individual, no longer being obligated that if you can't speak for yourself, your next of kin is your spouse while you are in the middle of a divorce, right? I would think, just layman's terms, I would think that's probably one of the most important aspects of it. That if I'm divorcing you and you hate me and I hate you, and it's truly hate, not just player hate on either side, or we fucked up on either side, and it's like pure hate, like what we've seen in other states where people off their spouses and things like that. Yeah, I wouldn't want you making a decision if I got into a car accident and I needed to be on life support. So yeah, legal separation says, yeah, you no longer get to make decisions for me. You're not my spouse. You're not my nothing. You don't get my credit. You don't get nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a way to protect yourself as you are dissolving things. And not because they have property together, but because they are fighting over 3 kids now. Interesting, right? I'm gonna watch the rest of it in a little bit, and then I'll do a reaction video to it. Out there who watch Kevin Sanders, he's not modding you unless you're a member. He's like, I don't know why somebody who is not a member would be a mod. But if you have almost 500,000 subscribers, I guess you can make that distinction.